Good morning to all of you. So we have started this chapter, simple and compound interest, and we were discussing how to calculate the compound interest using the simple interest method. In this we have started the exercise 10.2. So far we have discussed from question number 1 to 8. Now today we will discuss from question number 9 onwards. Okay, let's discuss question number 9. Find the difference between compound interest and simple interest on rupees 12,000. So principal here is rupees 12,000 for 3 years. Time is 3 years and rate is 6% per annum. Okay, so now what we have to calculate? We have to calculate difference between compound interest and simple interest. We have to calculate. So first thing that we will do, we will calculate the simple interest, that is P R is 6 upon 100 into simple interest. We are taking time as the whole period. So it will be 2160. Okay. Now what next we have to calculate? We have to calculate compound interest on this principal. So for compound interest, we will calculate interest for first year, that is 12,000 into 6 upon 100 into 1, that is rupees 720. Next we will calculate P for second year. So P for second year will be how much? 12,000 plus 720, that is 12,720. Then we will calculate interest for second year, that is 12,720 into 6 upon 100 into 1, that is 763 rupees and 20 paisa. Then P for third year we will calculate. It will be 12,720 plus 763.2, that is 13483.20. So this will be the principal for the third year. Then we will have to calculate interest for third year. So interest will be 13,483 rupees 20 paisa into rate is 6 upon 100 into 1. Okay. So this will be our interest for the third year. So finally we have to calculate the compound interest. So compound interest will be how much? We will add these three interests: 720 rupees, 763 rupees 20 paisa plus 808 rupees 992. So it will be 2,292 rupees and 192 paisa. So next we have to calculate the difference. So what will be the difference? 2292.192 minus 2160. Okay, so what will be our difference? Rupees 132.192. So this will be the difference. Okay, next is that we will discuss now. We will discuss compound interest. Okay, half yearly and quarterly. Okay, so these two interests we will discuss now, half yearly and quarterly. So in case for half yearly, what we are going to do, we will divide rate by 2 and we will calculate number of half years. Okay. And in case of quarterly, so what is a half year first? It is 6 months. So we all know that in 1 year there are 2 half years. Is it? A year consists of 12 months. So 1 year is having the 2 half years. So if we have to calculate number of half years, so what we can do? We can divide the time which is given by 1 by 2. So from there we can get the number of half years. Then we have to calculate for quarterly. We will divide rate by 4 and in this we have to calculate number of quarter year. So what we know about quarterly? 1 quarter means 3 months. So in 1 year how many quarter years are there? 4 quarter years are there. So what we can do? We can divide the time given in year by 1 by 4. Okay, or what you can do? You can divide the time given in month by 6 months. You will get number of half years, or time given by 3 months if time is given in months. And the remaining things will be same that we have discussed so far. So let's discuss few problems related to calculation of compound interest half yearly. So these two things we will keep in mind. For half yearly, we will divide rate by 2 and then we will calculate number of half years. For quarterly, we will divide rate by 4 and we will calculate number of quarter years. Okay, so let's see one question. Let's see one question of half yearly. So suppose a problem is there. Calculate the amount and compound interest by simple interest method on rupees 4,000. So here P is rupees 4,000. For 1.5 year, time given is 1.5, that is 3 by 2 years. At 10%, it is 10% per annum and it is compounded half yearly. Okay, now the interest is compounding half yearly. So what we will do? First we will calculate the time. So time will be our number of half years. We will calculate how many half years are there. So it is 3 by 2 divided by 1/2 year is 1 by 2. So when we will calculate, we will get 3 half years. And what will be the rate? Rate will be how much? 10 by 2, that is 5%. Okay, so we have calculated the time, that is number of half years. Then we have calculated the rate for each half year. Now we will do the calculation like we have done in the previous questions. So first we will calculate interest for first half year. Okay, so what will be our interest? 4,000 into, rate is now 5 upon 100 into 1, that is rupees 200. So this is the interest for the first half year. Then we will calculate principal for second half year. So it will be 4,000 plus 200, that is 4,200. That will be the principal for second half year. Next we will calculate interest for second half year. So interest for second half year is 4,200, rate is 5 upon 100 into 1, that is rupees 210 rupees. Then since our time period is 3 half years, so again we have to calculate P for third half year. So it will be how much? 4,200 plus 210, that is 4,410. Okay, so this will be our P for third half year. So what is our interest for third half year? 4,410 into 5 upon 100 into 1. So it will be 220.5 rupees. Okay, so this is our final interest for the third half year. Now what we have to calculate in this? We have to calculate the amount. So what is our amount then? Amount will be 4,410 rupees plus 220 rupees. So it will be rupees 4,630.50 paise. Okay. Then what will be the compound interest? 4,630.5. This is the amount minus what was the initial principal? 4,000. So compound interest will be 630 rupees and 50 paisa. Okay, so for calculating the interest for the half year, first you will calculate number of half years, divide the rate by 2, then you will proceed as we have done the questions for the compound interest yearly. Then let's see one question related to quarterly. So that is question number 12. Rashmi takes a loan of 1,80,000 rupees. So loan amount is 1,80,000 rupees for 9 months. Time is 9 months at 12%. So here rate is given as 12% per annum and compounded quarterly. Okay. So here rate is compounded quarterly. That means our rate becomes how much? 12 by 4, that is 3%. And time will be how much? This is 9 months. And in 1 quarter year, 3 months are there, so our time will be 3 quarter years. So now we will do the calculations as we have done. First, interest for, here we will write first quarter year, that is 180,000. Rate is now 3% into 1, that is rupees 5400. Then we will calculate P for second quarter year, that is 180,000. This was the principal, this was the interest we got. So it will be how much? 185,400. Okay, so this becomes the principal for the second quarter year. Then we will calculate interest for second quarter year, that is 185,400 into rate is 3 upon 100 into 1. ₹5562. Okay, then we will calculate P for third. This is our last calculation, third quarter year, that is 185,400 plus 5562, 629019. Okay, then very last calculation we will do, interest for third quarter year, that is 190962 into 3 upon 100 into 1. $5728.86. Okay, so this is the interest for the third quarter year. Now we have to calculate what amount she has to pay to the bank to clear the loan. So amount to be paid is how much? 190,962 plus 5728.86, that is 0.860619. So this will be the final amount that Rashmi has to pay in order to clear her loan. Okay, then see a different type of question, last question of this exercise. Question number 15. Akram Khan borrows 5,000 rupees. 5,000 rupees he borrows at the rate of 12% per annum, and it is compounded half yearly. Okay, compounding is half yearly, and he pays 1800 at the end of every half year. Find the third payment he has to make at the end of 1.5 years. So here time is how much? 1.5 years, that is 3 by 2 years, or we can write 3 by 2 by 1 by 2, that is 3 half years. And what is the rate for us? Rate will be 12 by 2, that is 6%. Now what he is doing, he is paying 1800 at the end of every half year. So we have to calculate in this the amount that he need to pay so that he can clear his debt. So what we will do? First we will calculate interest for first half year, that is 5000 into rate is 6, and first half year, that is rupees 300. Now first amount for second half year will be how much? 5000 plus 300, that is 5300. But he is paying 1800 return after half year. So what will be the P for second half year? P for second half year will be 5300 minus 1800 that he is returning, that is 3500. So this will be the P for the second half year. Next we will calculate interest for second half year. So what will be the interest? This will be the principal, 6 upon 100 into 1. So interest will be rupees 210 rupees. Then again same thing we will calculate here. Amount for second half year. How much will be the amount? 3500 plus 210, that is rupees 3710. But again he will return 1800 rupees back. So P for third half year is how much? 3710 minus 1800, that is 1910 rupees. Now interest for third half year. How much interest will be there? It will be 1910 into 6 upon 100 into 1. 114 rupees 60 paisa. So amount to be paid will be how much? 1910 plus 114.60, that is rupees 2024 rupees 60 paisa at the end of third half year. If he paid, then his debt will be clear. So what are the steps that we have taken? Principal was given, rate we have divided by 2, so rate becomes 6%. Time is 3 by 2 years, that is 3 half years. Then interest for the first year we have calculated, then amount we have calculated. Then he is returning 1800 rupees, so subtracted 1800 we get 3500. Similarly we get amount for second half year, then again he is paying 1800. So 1910 will be the principal for the last half year. Then we got the interest for the last half year. So what final amount he has to pay? This much he has to pay to clear his debt. So this is how you can solve the questions related to compound interest, in which interest is compounded per annum and half yearly. or quarterly. So this is the end of this exercise 10.2.